The 2025 running back draft class is loaded beyond belief. You have the front runners to be the best guys in Ashton Jeanty, Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson. Then you have a bunch of really good second tier guys that are probably going to start. And then you have a bunch of third tier guys that can eventually start and become number one backs. And you have fourth tier guys who are going to be specialists at a high level for their certain positions that they're going to be required to do. It's so loaded. It's so insane that I just wanted to talk about it today. Ashton Jeanty is, by all eyes, the best running back in this class. He's not my personal number one rated running back. That'd be Caleb Johnson. But it's hard not to love Ashton Jeanty. He's such a physical runner, absorbs contact well, has some burst, can get up in the open field with cuts. He's so talented. And you look at this class, it's hard to find one not to love. There are guys I'm lower on than everyone else. But in most years, I would look at them and be like, yeah, no, they're a top 5 running back in that class. But because they're stuck in this class, they're going to fall. It's an insane class with just loaded talent. And it's going to bring up the interesting question. How many teams are looking to draft replacements here? Because we're going to see probably 2 running backs go round 1. Maybe 3. I feel very confident saying Ashton Jeanty's going round 1, and I feel very confident in saying Omarion Hampton's going round 1. Caleb Johnson could sneak into the bottom of the first round, in my opinion. And then we're going to look at, well, how many guys are going round 2? A lot. I'm not going to make a prediction because it could be 5 to 6 to 7 picks, which is crazy to say about one position is going to dominate the second round like that. But you got to have these teams that are going to be like, okay, I don't want to necessarily pay my running back. This guy can give me the production. This guy has what I want. Let's draft him. And you're going to see teams that are going to have a lot of expiring running backs. They're going to draft a guy. You're going to see teams that have running backs that haven't necessarily produced the level they want that they drafted high. They're going to draft a guy here. You're probably going to see, if I had to guess, the first 2 running backs are going to be going to the Las Vegas Raiders with Ashton Jeanty going there, and Omarion Hampton's going to be a Dallas Cowboy. Would it shock you at all if the Los Angeles Chargers at pick 22 said, hey, we want a running back, we just let J.K. Dobbins walk, we cut Gus Edwards, and we only paid Najee Harris for 1 year. He's got a 1-year contract. And then you look at a team like, hey, the Seattle Seahawks. They love drafting running backs. I don't necessarily think it'd be round 1, but they have 2 second-rounders. I would not at all be shocked if they use one of them on a running back. It is just an insane level of talent in this class. Even the Vikings, they just traded for Jordan Mason. I can't rule them out not taking a running back round 1. And they just paid Aaron Jones as well. But this class is so good, and you can't have too many good running backs because it is a position that will have injuries. It is a position that can be replaced with picks. And you're going to look at Aaron Jones. He is a little older. Vikings, hey, we could use a guy. Aaron Jones has had an injury history. Jordan Mason's had injury history. Let's just draft a guy high and be prepared for that. And that's going to be a lot of things you're going to see is running backs on teams that have injury history. They're going to be drafting in this class. They're going to want some of these front runner horses that can just get up and go and could be power backs for many years to come. Now, I mentioned the top 3 of my guys that I like. Now, let's go into, and by the way, Omarion's not my 3rd running back. He's actually my 4th. My 3rd rated running back is Quinshon Judkins. But you then look, it's like, oh, Dylan Sampson, there's a lot to love there. Tootin from Virginia Tech, there's a lot to love there. Bashard Smith from SMU, there's a lot to love there. Damian Martinez, a guy I'm a big fan of, there's a lot to love there. Kyle Monangai, who doesn't love Kyle Monangai when you watch Rutgers play last year? He was awesome. He was their offense. Their entire offense was Kyle Monangai. Cam Skattebo is a monster. And, like, you also look at these guys like DJ Giddens. He looks really good. Donovan Edwards looks really good. Montrell Johnson looks really good. Devin Neal. Trevor Etienne. I can just read off the names here. And then, like, you want a 3rd down specialist. Hey, there's Jaden Blue. He's going to be a 3rd down specialist in the league. Jordan James, that's a power back specialist right there. And we just go down the list, keep on naming them off one by one by one by one, and it's insane. Listen, I know I just spent this entire video pretty much calling this running back class amazing. And I get it if that doesn't really interest you. But we need to understand the talent in this class is causing a shift in the NFL. NFL last year paid a bunch of running backs money to come in just fulfill roles. The Eagles did with Saquon Barkley. There's not many Saquon Barkleys in the NFL. He's probably the number one rated back. They extended him. Did any other running back get extended besides him? Oh, wait, no. You got Aaron Jones. Okay, anybody long-term, more than 2 years? No, nothing. Najee Harris, the best running back on the open market by a lot of people, got a 1-year deal. His guy in Pittsburgh, his backmate, Jaylen Warren, who is very talented, got a 1-year deal with the Steelers. Like, you look at how the NFL treated this free agency class with running backs, and maybe you can say, hey, it wasn't that great of a free agency class, and that's very fair. But then you look at the guys who you could extend, and it's just, these teams are going to draft running backs like it's going out of style. It's going to be a very heavy dose of running backs in the early first 2 rounds, probably 3, depending on how many guys go round 2 will determine how many guys go round 3. I think there's a good chance we can see 3 running backs go round 1. I can't remember the last time off the top of my head that happened, but it just shows the talent here. In a league where the position isn't valued as high, and does it benefit them that they're in, I don't want to say like a bad draft class, a weaker elite level draft class, if that makes sense. There's not as many elite talent, but it just, in a league where the running back position has been devalued over time, that guys have not gotten paid, that guys have fallen in the draft because they're running backs, they're in a position that they're going to be the number 1 picked position group in the first 2 rounds. That needs to be put in context because, like I've been saying over and over and over again, the league doesn't value the running back position as much as they more or less value, hey, this guy can give me this production slightly less for a lot less money. Keep that in mind when you're watching the draft and these guys are going. And when you see Ashton Jeanty go to the Raiders, just know that dude's going to be a monster there. O'Marion Hampton's probably going to go to the Cowboys. I don't like that offensive line the Cowboys have, but he's probably going to do really good there because he's so talented. And then we're going to have Caleb Johnson. If I had to bet, he's going to be a New England Patriot, round 2. That's a perfect Mike Vrabel running back. It's just these guys are going to go to these teams that don't really have much offensively. I mean, you can say, oh, the Cowboys have Dak and all that. Yes, they do. They also don't have an offense line. The Raiders, they are going to be a very interesting watch because we don't know how that offense is going to work necessarily. And it's going to be fascinating to see how much these running backs come in, take over. And here's something I wanted to state here, and probably the main reason I wanted to make this video is because I want to be on record. I believe by the end of year 2 for these running backs, half of the top 10 running backs in the league are going to be from this class. That's how special this class is. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. And hey, if you would share this, share the love for this amazing running back draft class. Please be my guest. I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel. Upload NFL draft content every weekday up until the NFL draft, and probably some more draft content afterwards because you got to talk about draft grades and all that. But hey, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.